Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This one's going to be a little less formal as usual. It's kind of a question to my audience slash people who might come across this video. Uh, I came across a grouping of photos of the 111th Division. I can verify this as far as there's photos of graves that have unit names on it, which pertain to the 111th. There are photos of vehicles that have the symbol of the 111th on it. Unfortunately, no big figures, no Hermann Recknagel or Musculus or some of the other units, so I'm not really sure as far as that goes. However, there was this photo. Now, as I've said in one of the other videos, hopefully this video comes out just after it or maybe just before it. I'll do a little still of this up close as just an actual photo. This is about as zoomed in as I can get it while filming. This soldier here, or officer I should say, has the Knight's Cross, which you can see there. Now, there is no name attached to it, however we do have this bit of information. Sorry about that, we'll just do a quick little flip. Gefechtsstand der Aufklärungsabteilung Südlich Mosdok. So, command post of the Aufklärungsabteilung southwards of Mosdok. So, that puts us in the Caucasus in 1942. 111th only had, let me count here real quick, only had 12 Knight's Cross holders. Now, this gives me a pretty good idea, seeing as only one of them was from Aufklärungsabteilung 117. His name was Eitel Goll. Honestly, I've never seen that first name before. So, I tried to look him up. There is information about him. However, I can't track down a single photo of him anywhere. So, I can't really do a cross-reference. I guess what I'm asking of the audience, or people who happen to know Knight's Cross owners, some of these guys I see in forums, it's like, oh, is this so-and-so? And it's like, boom, no, it's this guy. And then they've got, however many photos of them. Perhaps he's from another unit, and for whatever reason, a soldier from the 111th would have taken a photo of the officer. However, we have a few things that make me believe that this is Eitel Goll. So I guess I'm looking for, any opposing evidence or other people agreeing. I don't want to force an agreement, but if other people seem to think that this would make sense, I would be happy to know. So I'm going to stop the recording of this one real quick, and I'll show you the map of the book from the 111th Division in this region and at this time. Okay, so taking a look at this map from the 111th history book, I wanted to point out a few things. Here we have the town of Elista, which was taken on August 13th, 1942. And then down here is Mozdok, which was captured on August 23rd, 1942. Again, the photograph says that it's southwards of Mozdok, so and we don't have a date, so we don't know exactly when it is, but we know roughly, at least the time frame of this photo. That would be 10 days for the unit to move from here to there, which is pretty impressive, honestly. I'm not sure how much resistance was met. I'll have to do more reading on the Caucasus campaign. It is one of my main focuses, though. I do really enjoy learning about this. But given that, and a quick caveat, I guess I should say, I've seen photographs of officers or soldiers being awarded the Knight's Cross. However, in the field or whatever, perhaps they didn't have one on standby. I'm not sure the process of that. Would the division have a couple on standby to be awarded out quickly? Or, whatever. But what I'm getting at, I've seen photographs of soldiers with iron crosses being worn around the neck with the ribbon to fill the void of the Knight's Cross until they can be properly awarded it. I'm not saying that that's the case with this because the photo's too far away. There's no way to know that. There's not enough detail in the photograph to know that. But just a theory, because I guess what I'm getting at, if what he was awarded the Knight's Cross for, which Eitel Goll was given the Knight's Cross for the capture of Elista, and now 10 days later he's down here and potentially wearing his Knight's Cross, I don't know how quickly they were given them. For example, when Hermann Recknagel was given his Knight's Cross, he didn't actually get the ceremony until the fall of Paris. They did it in Paris. So, not 100% sure on that, but again, given the information that we do have, just between the dates, the location, the dates that we know for this and the location of the photograph, I'm leaning towards it being Goll, But again, not having any photos of him, no clarification specifically that it is this unit, but it does say it's Aufklärungsabteilung, which, you know, there was only one awardee from the 111th in that unit. So I definitely want to say it is, but I'm curious to see what you guys think. I always like to have your guys' opinion. Some of these guys that know about the Knight's Cross, man, in those forums, they're so, like, rapid. They know exactly who it is, or if someone thinks it's someone else, they quick butt in with some photos, and they're on top of it. So I do think the Knight's Cross is very interesting, and I don't go out of my way to collect Knight's Cross holders, but the reason I wanted to get this clarified is I am working on a series in relation to the Knight's Cross, and it'll be for different soldiers who have it from my collection. So I just want to make sure that this is, or as best we can tell, Eitel Goll without, you know, just me assuming it is. Anyways, this went on longer than I thought it would. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments, and as always, I'll see you on the next one, and have a great rest of the day, guys.